Hey everybody, thought I would do some pre-Divide 200 vlogging, I guess it would be called. I'm sitting here by this beautiful stream, and it's funny, we are very, very close. If you look over there, there's a ski slope there, and that goes down right into Castle Mountain Resort. And what's kind of funny to me is so Western States is the last race I did before this, and then, well, not this, and both races start at a ski resort. But what's funny is just the difference between this and Western States. It's completely night and day. Western States, even a few days before the race, it was just chaos and noise and chatter all over and too much activity and too much ego. But Castle Mountain Resort is still a ghost town. We got here yesterday, so it didn't really surprise me that it was a ghost town yesterday. But check-in starts in 2.5 hours, so I'm a little surprised that's still mostly a ghost town. Like, we're just starting to see 1 or 2 people walking around, and in fact, that's why I'm here. Lee saw the 1 or 2 people and pounced and just started conversation, and just your typical pre-race conversation. I don't know. I personally don't enjoy it. You would think I would, but I just really hate it. It's just always the same every race, and I've done so many now, and it's just always like, Lee hates it when I call it a wee-wee waving contest, but I feel like so often that's what it turns into. Like, literally, I stood there one time and watched this back and forth exchange of like, oh yeah, well, one time I ran a race that started at 8 p.m. One time I ran a race that started at 4 a.m. And just that kind of stuff. I don't know. I can't stand it. So I am by the stream, and then it's funny because I realized too that like this totally gave me deja vu of Swiss Peaks a few years back, because the same thing happened where I just was like, oh, I don't need these conversations, and I went for a walk and found a similar stream and sat by it. So I guess this is just the pattern. So I'm looking, I mean, this is so peaceful out here. It's so peaceful, it's so beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's just, I'm really looking forward to this in that sense. I've been kind of emotionally drained with everything going on in the world right now, and I'm hoping this is kind of what the doctor ordered to give me a little bit of recharge out here. I think there's only like 67 people even running it, so I'm hoping to get a ton of alone time just kind of out in the Canadian wilderness here. It's just so remote and so quiet. I've got a lot of hope about that. As far as the distance itself goes, 200 plus is not my forte. So I'm 1 for 2 on 200s. We finished Cocodona 250 years ago, and I mean, back of the pack, Death March finished Cocodona 250, I think in 118 hours, if I'm not mistaken. But just not feeling well at all for days, you know? And then there was Swiss Peaks 360K, so about 220 miles, I think that is. And we DNF'd that. I say we because Lee and I ran both of those races together. We DNF'd Swiss Peaks 360K at 100 miles, but I mean, that race is a different kind of beast. Like, so Swiss Peaks has like over 80,000 feet of elevation gain in 220 miles, and this has about 40,000 feet of elevation gain in 200 miles. So this will be easier, one would think. But after Swiss Peaks, I swore off 200 plus. I was like, I just don't even like being out here for days, blah, blah, blah. I'm never doing this again. And Lee did too. And then, you know, as the years go by, time soothes the wounds, I guess. And the halo effect of ultra running kicks in, and you just remember the good times and the pretty parts and all that. And I've been eyeballing this race right here for a couple of years now. It's looked beautiful. So between thinking this one looked incredible and also just having this nagging urge to go back and get vengeance on the Swiss Peaks course, I figured I'd give this one a whirl and hopefully come out of this 2 for 3 on 200 pluses as far as finishes go. and then maybe go back to Swiss Peaks next year. But it makes me nervous. I mean, I don't think you have to be fitter per se to run a 200 miler. I tell people that all the time. I think there are people who finish Cocodona 250 who wouldn't be able to finish your average 100 miler under cutoff. But it's a different beast when it comes to pacing, fueling, and sleep. That was the big thing for the 200 pluses, is just, I've trained myself to be, don't sleep, wake up. And so in these things where you actually should be resting a little bit, my brain's just like, no, panic. So I think that's going to be tricky, is trying to get rest. And then the calories, I've packed so many freaking calories for this race. It is so much to carry. My pack is so heavy, but there are like 20-mile aid station gaps for this race, so I didn't know what else to do. And if it's anything like Swiss Peaks, Swiss Peaks had the big aid station gaps, and then I'd get to an aid station and they wouldn't have anything I would be able to eat at the aid station anyway. So I came totally prepared this time with calories, but it's a freaking lot to carry. So anyway, this video is getting long, but I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what my pace strategy should be other than listen to my body. I mean, that's all I could do. Is this distance is so unpredictable for me that the only thing I could do is listen to my body and try and hold back for like the first 85 miles. Because I think that's another mistake that Lee and I both made during Cocodona 250, is we ran the first 100 miles at our 100 miler pace. And this, I think I need to go much slower this time. So we will see. I'll do a post race in a few days. Oh, but by the way, I am actually, I know you thought I was going to end, you thought I was finally going to shut up here, but I'm actually on the course here. So it's one big 200-mile loop. And so back over there's a bridge, which we would go the other way for the start. I went that way yesterday, but this is actually back here, coming through this path back here is where I'll be coming out, hopefully on Monday, maybe Tuesday, but hopefully one of those days at least, because otherwise that means I'm not finishing. So hopefully Monday or Tuesday, I'll be coming out of there and running back that way to the finish line. So anyway, we'll see.